Alright, so welcome back. Today we're back with another Black Clover video. Yes, a lot of people have been asking me like, bro, hey Gogo, if anything drops on Black Clover, can you please alert us and let us know what's going on? Something did drop today, alright? Now I want to make sure you're aware of this, okay? The same people that have been, it's been kind of leaks here and there that, oh, this delay was going to happen, oh, this is going to happen, oh, this is going to happen. It's been like 50-50. They either hit or miss, okay? So what I share with you here today could be definitely close to the truth, and it could be 100% the truth, yeah? Just make sure you are aware. It could also miss. Things could change, things could happen. The information could be a bit off of what it was supposed to be, but overall, the general idea should be on point. That is why I wanted to share it with you here today, because it's been what I have been saying constantly, and hammering it into your heads, because it's like, that's the main thing. The reason a delay happens, it's not like, if they say, hey, you know what, it's going to take a while, we're going to delay it indefinitely or for a while, that's what that means, all right? Saying that, oh, we're just doing a quick delay here, it's going to still release in 2023, early 2023, stay tuned for that means something else. So off of what that, we kind of had the idea of when it will release, how everything should add up, and with the recent information of some different things, more and more has kind of come to light. So today, keep that in mind. Let's jump into it. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, helps out a ton. Let's check it out. So first, this is from Kaku over on Twitter, right? Now again, there has been some good information, definitely has. There has also been some super off information. Overall, it's mixed. It's they either hit or not. Some of the things that we recently got were, I think like there was a time where we were like, oh, Jump is gonna actually have anything. For Black Clover, they're gonna announce something, and then that later never happened. We're like, oh, okay, nothing happened to Jump. Again, it did get delayed. So many things have happened. So really, we can't say anything. This could be accurate. This could not be accurate. Keep that in mind. First thing, there was this, again, it is translated, so it's not going to be the greatest of English. Keep that in mind. It's translation, so I realize that there might be some words off here, but Black Clover Mobile pre-registrations will arrive in February. Again, if there is no delay yet, there are two possible forms of pre-registration. First thing, I did tell you that yes, most likely the game has to launch in March, April. Has to launch. It can't launch anything beyond that. It said first quarter. They did say that. They also then switched it to first half year. So we don't know which one it's going to be. Is it going to be half year? Is it going to be first quarter? Now, let's say you meet in the middle of that. You launch it at the end of March, which is the end of the first quarter into the half year. That is why they're forced to say half year, right? If the pre-registration launches in February, that means that by the thing, it's 60 days or 30 days after. That's when it should launch. That means that you can be pushing it into late March, early April. That means you can also be pushing it into early March, kind of, okay, or late March. It doesn't really matter. Around that range is when the game should launch, but pre-registration should be opening soon because they have to start the marketing. They haven't really done much. Black Clover has been in some abyss of it's being delayed, which it lost hype, genuinely speaking. And no, I'm not trying to hate on the game. It has lost significant hype because people are like, it'll come out when it comes out. All right, screw it. I'll talk about it then. And people want to forget about it, right? Originally, when we got the game's announcement was 1 year ago, actually more, one year and like what, 2 months ago, December, November. That like last year is when we got it. Not last year, last year. Think about that. It was in the 2021 Jump. I think that's when it actually dropped the trailer, right? So keep that in mind. It's been a very, very long time, which means people forgot about it. They must have seen the initial thing. All right, that's what happened. Whoops, I'm gone. And then they saw the beta. They're like, oh, all right. Oh, we got delayed. All right, I'll catch you then. So they need to start some hype out. They need to start some marketing, get the game out there and the name out there. Again, when they announced the open beta, there was a big amount of players that tried to get in, and it was big. So realize that now, that when I say they lost some hype, I'm not saying they lost like 50%. I'm saying they lost like 20-30% of players that just forgot about the game, moved on to other games, tried out other games, and now to get that back to them, they have to do some sort of hype up. So the pre-registration will have that. What he says over here, the first is to launch pre-registration directly in the stores without going through a long wait. I usually explain to myself that the games do a first part and relaunch a second part to boost the statistics. We are halfway through the first half, and other minority of games are just kicking off pre-registrations without skipping their this marketing strategy. Yeah, so what I would think is what they're going to do, they're obviously going to open up the website because it's Garena. Garena has the website made. They have the pre-registration coming soon. So they're going to open up the website, say sign up. They're then going to just open up the App Store and then boom. And they're going to put an expected date, or they're going to wait for the expected date to later on hype it up. But I think they're going to just go both opened up, boom, go register, go have fun, and then they'll announce more things as the time comes. They'll do some more gameplay trailers, and this is what the second point or the third point also states. As you know, we will have 1 or 2 new trailers before the release. Modifications of the current trailer can't take place. This means that they can at any time withdraw it or modify it as they see fit. I don't know what that means. What are you trying to say there? every trailer can be modified afterwards. Yeah, I think that he's talking about like when the trailer says that this can be changed. It's just like the gameplay can be changed. That's all it is. It doesn't mean anything. It's like similar to this isn't final gameplay and like those game shows you used to see where it's like they show off gameplay, but it's not final gameplay yet because things can change. The quality could be better. It's mainly to say that because, oh, this is what the game looks like now. It might look like even better when it releases. That's the point of it, right? So I don't know what it exactly means, but I think that's what he's trying to say there. The new trailer will be present for the launch of the pre-registrations, and also, or the last will be for launch of the game, logically, if the program remains the same. So yeah, a launch trailer as usual, and a launch of the pre-registration. Mainly a trailer, some hype up, some ads. You'll see all those things kick off. They'll start doing some real good Twitter posts and actually giving some information about the game. Realize that now we still had the beta, which gave off so much, but they themselves haven't given off anything. Remember, they told content creators you can't upload anything about our game during the beta, so a lot of people didn't actually. Yes, a lot did, but mainly they haven't said anything about their game. People, if they were just looking off their Twitter and respecting the fact that, let me not watch content creators' videos, people still don't know what the game is about. They don't know what the hell the game is going to look like. There's been no gameplay other than that one clip. So they have to themselves, the devs, show off gameplay so that people can at least see it out, check out how it is, and people that have not gotten into the beta have the ability to use that gameplay, right? So realize that now that has to happen too. So they haven't even like given off any information on any capacity there. Also, last point here, regarding the open beta, I'm going to take a risk it, but I don't think we'll have one, with the exception of launching the game in the 2 weeks apart from the game's release. So basically, I don't think we're gonna have a beta either. There's no chance anymore. It makes sense for them just to go into a launch now. Opening a beta right now, they got their testing done. That's all they wanted. They got their testing done, and it was a way for them to peacefully allow a delay to occur. If there was no closed beta, realize now that most of the game will lose. Like when I said 20% earlier, it would have lost 70% of the hype because the beta came out and it gave such a good reception on the game. Like, oh damn, they did work. This is outstanding. This game is fun. Again, yes, there has been some negative feedback on it, but overall it was very positive. So it means, A, this game is fun. Now it created that whole hype up. People who saw the gameplay were like, oh, I can't wait. That's what it did. So that's why they released it. I don't think an open beta is in the works, but who knows? It could be, could not be, can't guarantee. The final statement here is the release is currently scheduled between March and May. So again, around what I've been saying it's pretty much accurate to the points that I've been giving. The movie releases on the 31st. I still, in my head, want to believe that it would make more sense to release the game before the movie releases. It makes the most sense. If they don't do it that way, obviously you can't expect a movie collab. You could expect it when Blu-ray releases and stuff like that, where they do some sort of hype up for the movie later on. But I would say, in my opinion, if it is still February launching the pre-registration, you can only launch like 60 days after. That's where the hype remains the most, okay? So let's say they do it the first week of February. Boom. 60 days away. Technically is all of February, part of May, early April. Makes sense still. Maybe they do it later on with the movie. But again, I still stand at that. We also will see it's only 8 days left of January, so pre-registration opening up here is unlikely, still possible, but unlikely. But again, we'll see exactly when pre-registration opens up, how everything works. There's a lot of potential with the game. It's just, let's see the timings and everything like that. There was a lot of games releasing this year, so I really hope that they release at a good time where there's no other games out to stomp it, right? So again, first, the game's gonna be big regardless, but there is Origin, there is Honkai, there is a lot of stuff going on this year. A lot of stuff. I'm just naming a few here. Zenless Zone Zero, Fullmetal Alchemist possibly coming global. If any of those One Piece games come global, there's hundreds of things releasing this year, right? So across all of those things, Black Clover Mobile has to pick a nice spot to release where it's not in any kind of water that it can get out of, right? So that's there. With that being said, catch you in the next one. Have a stay safe. That's all I want to talk about here today. Share this with you. Still, the points here are pretty accurate on what I thought and what I'm still thinking. So I wanted to share it with you here. Again, keep it in mind. You got to take this with a grain of salt. You have to. You can't say, oh, it's guaranteed now releasing in February. Things could change. Things could be also off. I can't guarantee everything. So keep that in mind. Peace and joy. Been it for me. That's been it. Yeah. So adios.